Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We are starting our last trip of the month for September. I was on call, or was supposed to be on call this morning at 3 a.m., but this trip popped open last night, so I just went ahead and bid for it because so there was nobody good on the list in the wrap that I was on for a 2-day, so I could have been called for a 2-day or a 3-day, and I really didn't want to have to sit on call anymore this month, so I was like, let me just bid for this 3-day and see if I can get it. It's a Madison, Wisconsin long layover, so we're going to be there all day tomorrow, not flying, which I'm kind of excited about because I was supposed to do this trip in July have this layover in July, and I ended up having to call out sick because I had the flu. So I'm excited to finally get to do it. But we are supposed to be flying through Nassau, the Bahamas today. So we're doing a Nassau turn, and then we're going to go to Madison, Wisconsin. So there's that hurricane that's going on the coast of Florida right now. So we'll see if that affects us at all today. I think most of the issues it was going to cause over in the area were supposed to happen yesterday. So we'll see if it affects us at all today. I haven't even looked at the weather, so I'm not sure if it's supposed to be kind of crappy in the Bahamas or not. But I have not been to the grocery store in weeks, so I have no food. And I didn't want to bring food anyways because we'll have to go through customs once we get back from the Bahamas, I think. Or maybe they're pre-cleared, actually. I don't know. But if we have to go through customs, I would have to throw away any food I brought that wasn't pre-packaged anyways. So yeah, let's get into the airport so I can get some food before we start these 3 legs today. Hopefully everything goes smoothly and we get into Madison on time. I think we're supposed to get in around 9:45-ish or something like that. So yeah, let's go get the last trip of the month done. So I did not have time to get food before our Nassau turn, but I've been craving salsaritas all day, which I have a cool story about the salsaritas that I just got. But let me show you the airport right now. Look how quiet this terminal is, which if you fly through Charlotte, you know it is never like this. But this is due to a lot of the flights in and out of Florida being canceled. But it is so eerily quiet in here right now. Look at that sunset, that's gorgeous. So I was craving salsaritas, right? So I was like, I'm gonna go get salsaritas. I haven't had it in a long time. And so I go through and I'm getting all my stuff on it, whatever. I go to the end and the guy's like, what'd you have? And I was like, I had a veggie bowl with queso. And he was like, okay, anything else? I was like, no. And he was like, okay, have a good day. And I kind of looked at him because I hadn't paid yet. And so I kind of showed him my card and looked at him. He was like, okay, have a good day. So he gave me my salsaritas for free. We love that. What a nice thing to do. Made my day. So thank you, sir, at the salsaritas. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. That just made my night. But we've got one more to go. We did our Nassau turn. It was bumpy the first leg going out of Charlotte, so we barely finished our service because we couldn't take the card out for the first half of the flight. And then the second flight, it was kind of the same thing. We finished with a little bit more time, but the bumps we had to because of going over the hurricane. So I don't think that should affect our flight to Wisconsin, but we'll see. But one down. Let's go. Let's get to the hotel. And we're late. We've only got 75 seats open in the back. So we love that. Love, love, love. But yeah, let's get 3 done. Let's go to the hotel. Yes. The sky is insane right now. Look how incredible this is. We just got to the hotel in Madison, Wisconsin. That is not a painting. That is my view of, I think it's the state capitol building or state building, or I don't know, I have to look up what it is. But yeah, it's all lit up. It looks really cool in the window, even though it looks like a little hologram or whatever. It doesn't look real in this camera. But anyways, I had to turn the heat on because it is so cold outside. It is 40 degrees and this little dress and tights is not cutting it for this 40-degree weather. This little sweater, no. it does nothing against the chill. And there is a frost advisory tomorrow morning because it's supposed to be 30 from like 1 a.m. to 8 a.m. It's gonna be so cold. Which I did bring like warmer clothes, but like I didn't bring clothes for like the cold. But I think once like around like 10 or so, it's supposed to start to warm up a little bit. I think the high tomorrow is like 60, so I'll be fine during the day. But I was planning on going to get brunch, but I guess we'll just see what the temperature is in the morning, because my little southern bones can't handle the 40-degree weather in September. That's just unacceptable for me. But yeah, I am about to change clothes, and I know for sure me and another crew member are gonna go meet downstairs. There is this beer called the Spotted Cow that everybody who has been to Wisconsin and had it or lives in Wisconsin, that like tells everybody to get it. Like, I've been told by so many people to try that beer. So me and another crew member are gonna go have a drink of that before we go to bed. So let me change and go meet her and try this famous Spotted Cow beer. It's day 2. I am about to go meet a crew member of mine down in the lobby. We're gonna go grab some brunch and walk around and see what's going on in Madison. Here is the fit check. I wasn't sure if I was gonna like this or not, but I actually think I do. It's hard to tell with this lighting. The lighting is not it. But I got this jacket like a year ago and didn't have anything to style it with. But I got this shirt the other day and these like off-white little boots. And I think I like the fit. I think I like it. But we're going with it, so hopefully it keeps me warm enough in this 45-degree weather today. But let's go get some food. We decided to check out the Veterans Museum after brunch. These guys looked so lifelike in person, pointing their little guns at you. Next, we decided to visit one of the art museums. This was one of their exhibits they had going on for the week. I know, so dark in here. We're worried a boogeyman is in here. Guys, it's caramel cheese. It looks crazy, but it tastes actually really good. These are starting to change. So it was so late last night, I didn't realize I had a view of the lake on the one side and then the Capitol building or state building on the other side. So I got 2 pretty cool views, so that's cool. If you guys have been on my channel for a while, then you guys know I love cheese. I talk about how much I love cheese all the time. So I'm literally in heaven right now in Wisconsin. So we went to this little like cheese mart on our way back to the hotel. So I showed you guys that caramel cheese. I ended up buying a block of it because I was like, I need my family to try this cheese because it is just blowing my mind to eat caramel cheese right now. I don't even know. And then they had a dill garlic cheese curd, so I wanted to try those. And then they also had mango habanero cheese curds. So I bought lots of cheese to take home. Super excited about that. I'm also hoping tonight we'll go to a restaurant that has like fried cheese curds because I just feel like I need to try those here. But yeah, I'm literally in cheese heaven right now. Like, this is the best thing ever. But yeah, we're just gonna relax for the next couple hours, and then I'm not sure. My crew member Manny, who I was out with today, he said he's just gonna chill in the room tonight because he has some stuff he wants to get done. And then our other crew member, I haven't heard from her all day, so hopefully I have the right number for her. I'm gonna try to text her individually and just make sure she doesn't want to do dinner with us. But so she may come. But yeah, good layover so far. So this is a nice little, it's also so quiet here. Like, it's so clean, so quiet. It's a really nice little city. I've loved it so far. You guys, I just realized this cheese bag says have a good day. And I love that. I did not even know that it did that. I had that on there when I bought the cheese. I'm obsessed. It is 3:45. I'm about to go meet maybe 2 of my crew members. I know one for sure. To go get some dinner and drinks. But before I did that, I wanted to share my Bible study that I did today with you guys. So I am not a history person at all. I've never really enjoyed history. It was not my thing. So today's Bible lesson was kind of a history lesson and a Bible lesson, but I learned a lot, and so I just wanted to share it with you guys. So today it was talking about, so by the way, I'm doing this Amen. I'm still on this book. It's a 5-week study, and we're on week 4, which is kind of closing out the Old Testament. It's a very quick study of the Bible, so it's not like a study where you're gonna dive really deep into the Bible. It's just surface level stuff. But today we're closing out the Old Testament, and it's talking about the period called the silent years, which is like the 430 years in between the Old Testament and the New Testament, which is like not really talked about in the Bible. And so it was just saying, so during that time in 334 BC came the rise of Alexander the Great. And so that with that the Greek Empire was a powerhouse, and the impact of Greek culture would be seen everywhere, and that the most important or most significant part of that is that the Greek language became the common language like during that time. So then they fast forwarded it to 63 BC, Rome conquers Jerusalem. And so with the coming of the Roman Empire would come the building of Roman roads, and that would make travel easier and like more accessible than it ever had been before. And so the moral of all this like history lesson was that there was 430 years of just like the silent years, the waiting years, where it just seemed like, you know, where is God? What is he doing? And the whole time he was setting it up so that by the time Jesus was born, people could communicate and they could travel to spread the word of his like coming. Is that not crazy? Like 430 years, I'm sure people were like, what is happening? He promised us a Messiah, nothing is going on. But that whole time he was making sure everybody was speaking kind of the same language so that they could communicate and share the story. And he was building roads, he was making ways for people to be able to spread the word farther and more along like the country or whatever. Is that not crazy? So I was reading that and I was just like, oh my word. Like the whole time I was reading it, I was like, this is just nuts. So yeah, I thought I would share that. Also, I forgot to tell you guys earlier, but when I went to dinner with went to breakfast with my crew member this morning, he bought my dinner. Manny, like, was so sweet. And it was funny because the waiter, I'd asked her to like bring, you know, the separate checks or whatever, and he got up and said he was going to the bathroom. And then we were just kind of talking, and she came back by and I was like, hey, we'll like get the checks whenever you're ready. And she was like, oh, he actually already got it. And I was like, what? He was like, yeah, I wouldn't have come out today if you hadn't have invited me. I would have just been in my room all day and I'm having a really good time. And I was just like, you did not have to buy my breakfast. Like, I'm just glad you came out with me and I had someone to like talk to. So sweet. And then my crew member last night bought my beer. So there's been 4 people this month total that have either bought me some kind of meal or have just given me something for free. Oh, and I had a crew member the other day a passenger give us Reese's on the plane the other day. Like, I don't know what I have done to deserve the kindness from these people lately, but I am like really grateful, like so thankful, and I just feel like really blessed to be surrounded by people that are so kind. But I'm also like, what is happening? because like this whole month I've just been treated with such kindness, and it's like just improved my mood a ton, and it's been just great. But yeah, so anyways, let's go head down and meet our crew member, finish out this Madison, Wisconsin layover, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we get back to Charlotte tomorrow, because we are supposed, that's when the rain and all the craziness from Ian is supposed to be going to the Carolinas, is tomorrow and Saturday. We're also supposed to do an Orlando turn tomorrow, and I don't know what the damage is in Orlando right now, so we'll see how tomorrow goes, but let's just enjoy today for right now. We'll deal with that tomorrow.
Get it?
All right, Food Network's #1 voted cheese curds. See how they are.
Do you want the old-fashioned emblem behind it?
Oh yes, we're at the old-fashioned. Can't wait to eat these. All right, cheers! I'm having to watch the game on my iPad because the SEC network is not available in Wisconsin, which I figured it would not be. But it's almost halftime. I watched the first part of the half while we were kind of out walking around. So I'm just now kind of settling in my room. So once halftime comes, I'm gonna get ready for bed so that when the game is over, I can just go straight to bed and get some decent sleep tonight. Guys, look at this wind right now. I'm having to stop and get gas on my way home, which I did not have time to update you guys today, but I will do that when I get home, because today was crazy, but this is ridiculous. Change out of that uniform because I had been in it way too long. But before I close out this video, because I did not even update you today, I just couldn't. So we were supposed to go Charlotte and then do an Orlando turn, right? Yep. Did that happen? Nope, not at all. So we go to Charlotte, we land in Charlotte, and our lead flight attendant gets called that she is not going to Orlando anymore. She's going to go to Cancun, do a Cancun turn. So we're like, oh great, now we have to find somebody to replace her. Like, love that for us. We thought we were going to be like delayed, waiting on some other flight attendant to get there, because it's the end of the month. They're out of reserve flight attendants to call, and the ones that they could call today, they couldn't call in time for our flight. And it was just a mess today, like was chaotic. So we're sitting there waiting, trying to figure out like what they're gonna do for our trip, and then I get a call from crew scheduling, and now I'm not going on the turn either. I'm going to Jamaica instead. I'm doing a Jamaica turn. And I'm like, what? They call me, and the crew scheduler, poor guy, was like, hey, flight attendant Sims, I really need your help. He was like, I need you to actually do a Montego Bay turn instead of your Orlando turn, and it's going out of this gate. We're holding the flight for you. Like, just go there as soon as you can. So I'm walking to the gate, and the whole time I'm like, please, please, please let them have said that they just called me and that I'm on my way, so that these people are not angry at me for being late, which they did, thank goodness, because everyone on the flight was like, thank you for showing up. So we love when we're not thrown under the bus for being just called into the pure chaos. But anyways, so then I get on the plane, and the crew is like, hey, by the way, we might get stuck in Jamaica. And I'm like, excuse me? Because I guess the pilots were close to timing out, but I got there in enough time for them to not time out. So we love that, because I only have one day off, and so if I would have gotten stuck in Jamaica, then I would not have had any days off between this trip and my next trip. But also I get on the plane, and I'm like boarding and da da da, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh my gosh, I bought all that cheese in Wisconsin. And now I'm gonna have to go through customs, because you don't have to go through customs with Orlando, because duh, it's not international. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, I have all this cheese, and I'm like, I'm gonna be so upset if I can't bring my cheese home, because I hadn't even tried it yet. I still haven't even tried it. But don't worry, I went through customs, and the guy was like, he saw my bag and he's like, do you have anything you need to claim? And I was like, I bought cheese in Wisconsin. And he was like, oh, cheese is fine. And I was like, oh, thank goodness. I was like, I was gonna be so sad if you took my cheese. He was like, no, you just have to worry about meats. And then he said something else and I don't remember what it was. But so all good with the cheese. But yeah, it was a crazy day. I had no time to sit down. So my duty day, my duty day was gonna be like 9.5 hours. It changed to like 12 hours. So 2.5 hours longer than I was originally supposed to work, but it is what it is. But I am glad to be home. But I only have a day off as of right now in between this trip and my next trip. And it's a trip that I did not even bid for, but somehow got put on my line. It's a 2-day, which I don't bid 2 days on my line. Somehow I got it. And it's a 6:30 a.m. sign-in, which I definitely do not bid for. So I've been trying to drop it, but it's not working. So I changed to try to trade it into something that signs in a little bit later than 6:30, because I'm like, if I do have to work, I just don't want to have to drive to the airport at 4:30. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm probably gonna be driving to the airport at 4:30 and doing this 2-day that I did not ask for. But it's okay. It's okay. But anyways, before I close out this video, I'm going to or I just want to say thank you to those of you guys who have been keeping my friend Rich in your prayers and who have donated to the GoFundMe. I really appreciate you guys. An update on him is that he has now been moved out of the hospital, thank goodness, and to a rehab facility, which is like a huge praise. His family is really excited about it. We're really excited about it. So thank you for all your prayers. I believe there's power in prayer, so thank you guys for praying and keeping his family in your thoughts and prayers. But yeah, I think that is all. Other than that drive and the crazy wind on my way home, I really didn't have any issues with the hurricane today. When we were coming back into Charlotte from Montego Bay, it was a little bit bumpy coming into Charlotte because the weather is starting to go towards Charlotte. But the drive was just the worst part because the wind was picking the rain up off the road, so it was just like really misty. And going through the construction, they haven't put the little light reflectors on the road yet. So there were some areas, and like with all the transfer trucks, there was just water like everywhere. So I was like, this is not fun for me because I can't see very good anyways, especially not in the dark and when it's raining. So I was just like, I don't like anything about this. But we got home safe, and now we're going to get some rest since I only have one day of it. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. As always, any questions, comments, whatever, put them down in the comment section below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.